It's still us.
And still having absolutely no idea what we'll be showing right now.
Nope.
We'll be training our English, but in the meantime...
Oh,
I know this guy.
This will be good. GanZi, one of my favorite players.
But this is not GanZi. This is Violet starting
but
in the bottom right corner.
I was
playing
pointing my release the finger at GanZi. So,
see.
Yeah, you should have
so I've introduced the Violet, and now you can release your finger at GanZi.
Yeah, so that's Violet. Now, on the other side of the map, we have no other than GanZi.
But Violet already surrendered. That was a quick game.
Yeah, extremely quick.
A lot of action just for you.
Yeah. Want to get a piece of the action? Yeah, I want some. Here, a piece of the action. GG. A single piece of the action. No more, no less. One piece. Let's be minimalistic. Now, okay. So, what do we have? We have Zerg versus Terran on Entombed Valley. This map is set to kind of fancy a little bit more Terran. So that the balance...
Why is it so?
Because there is just so much space for drops. You can drop the natural base, and there's a lot of space where you can maneuver your medivacs. Now in the main, it's not so easy because queens can easily pick out medivacs because there's no airspace to maneuver behind the mineral lines. Everywhere you can go with a medivac here can just get shut down. But when the Zerg goes for the third, that's another place where we can just start attacking him with the drops again. And that's just favorite strategy for Terrans, I would say.
On this map?
On
the Entombed Valley.
Entombed Valley.
Valley.
You need to do the weird British accent for that to sound fantastic.
Sure.
Entombed.
The Entombed.
Entombed.
Entombed Valley. Okay.
Entombed.
Okay, so what do we see? Do we see a wolf in a strange place?
No, that's not a wall-off, that's a command center, which has been already
center.
scouted by Violet. So he will be seeing what GanZi has in stock for him, and GanZi, of course, will not mind that he cannot mind that really right now. He cannot cancel that expansion and go something completely different, so he'll just continue to build barracks. I don't think that
and now something completely different, starport.
Yeah. I don't really think that Violet can be much of a threat on this map. There's a really big distance between the bases of these two blokes, and even if Zerglings would come, they would just take forever to reach here. So GanZi is doing the smart thing. He goes for the expansion, he goes for the 2 racks after the expansion, which will be a safe opening.
The safe opening, but a lot of marines need to be produced because the ramps on this map are enormous and you cannot block it. The first one is okay, but the second one, and obviously the second one will be used as the expansion, as you've mentioned, is going on. This ramp is really big, and you cannot hold it with just one bunker.
That's true, and but you can hold it with a bunker, barracks, and perhaps 2 supply depots.
Barracks are upward.
Yeah, but I'm not saying right now, I'm saying later in the game.
Possible.
So probably we will see GanZi either repositioning his barracks or building another set, which is more probable. Right now he'll be using his command center to build a saturation of workers in the main mineral line, and probably for mules. Now he's reparking that, so he just dropped a mule.
Marines are getting out of the base.
Now I don't really understand why he dropped a mule in the main. You want to avoid dropping mules in the main as much as you can, really.
Why is that?
Because if your expansion gets destroyed, then you want to have more minerals in your main. And mules just extinguish your minerals very fast.
But we're focusing really on the Terran player, which is cool because I like Terrans. But the Zerg player, what does he do? He has 2 queens guarding his entrance. He does 2
more.
Yeah, 2 more queens.
Yeah, so he goes for the style that we have recently saw surfacing.
After the patch when the queens got upgraded their range.
So instead of going for a spine crawler, which would be very good for sniping down any Hellions that may come and try to burn these workers, he goes for 4 queens. That's the same investment, but just gives you a little bit more flexibility and mobility with what you can do. And also you can start spreading your creep around the map so much faster than if going for fast spine crawlers.
But we've seen really late gas. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was a really late gas and no Zerlings. That's odd. Is he really looking for macro gaming? I see a 3rd hatchery, so a 2nd expansion. That's really macro for Zerg right now, but no lings.
but he has to focus on taking down these rocks, otherwise this expansion will be really endangered. And we have an attack from Marines now. Defending this with Queens may be a real bummer, so we'll see how this goes. We already see an Overlord coming down, and we will see Bendingness being sniped probably, but after the Queen. So let's see. Violet will probably need to use his workers. That's the only choice he has right now. GanZi is being really aggressive, but he will lose all of these Marines, so he just needs to make sure to get as much payback for this as
and he
can
will,
possibly
indeed
get.
he did, because there was lots of drones dying, and now forced Zerlings, and Queens may be dying. Shoot the Queen, go for the Queen. No. She survived. How many drones died?
25 hit points on the Queen, that's a really low amount of health to be left
but
with.
how many drones died?
How many drones died? That's a good question. Only 4, wow!
Only 4 drones, but we lost the Queen, we did not lose a Queen?
No,
We did
my
not lose a
goodness,
Queen.
no! My goodness, Violet is really good at this game. He defended this push with workers and queens, and he has lost only 4 workers. That's probably as low as he could get in this scenario. There were so many Marines.
Yeah, it looked very glimpsy for him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like GanZi would just march in and kill all the stuff, and he just backed a little bit to favor his own ground, and he stood there. He built a few links and actually got only 4 workers killed. That's very good. And killing all those Marines was far big investments on Violet's part, wasn't it?
Yeah, and let's see on the losses tab. It's equal on the losses tab. It's equal with a difference of 50 minerals. What's that in the game at this stage? Now Violet has already 3 bases established, so he's in a really good macro spot. And the Marines didn't go for sniping the Bailing Nest, so
which they could. There was a possibility.
Yeah, I would say it was not granted. It was not that big of a group of Marines, but it was certainly possible.
But it was very low. He didn't focus it. He waited for Queens. He just moved around instead of just getting the deserved kill. He would just get it.
You are completely right.
Okay, so now Zerlings are crawling through the rock, so the base will be far better accessible for Violet and far better defendable right now. But we're seeing a tech switch by GanZi.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a tech switch. He just has right now enough minerals to invest in an expansion again, and also in Starport producing 2 medivacs at the same
probably
time.
Yeah. So we'll be seeing a bio ball basically.
Yeah.
There's no indication of anything else. A bio ball.
But he has built a tech lab on the factory. I don't know if he'll go for any sort of a siege tank. Yeah, he goes for siege, so we'll see siege. That's a smart choice against Zerg. Siege is one of the I wouldn't say mandatory, but it's pretty damn strong.
Yeah, it's a very old tradition to do siege in StarCraft, and you should do it. But we've seen players not doing it and winning. There are a lot of marine focused players right now. Marauders not so much. Only if you see roaches.
Yeah.
But it's a good start to do tanks. Tanks are good on anything that moves on the ground.
Goo.
Baby goo, grooving.
Ladies love them.
The chicks dig tanks.
Now we have GanZi performing a drop. This will of course get spotted, but not so fast. The positioning of the overlords could have been a little bit better. Now on the natural base, it will be a really difficult place to drop right now because
but there's
of the
a
spine
spore
crawlers.
crawler.
Oh.
How did he saw that? How did he saw that coming? Just
Yeah.
build it like.
He
He
saw
timed
the
perfectly.
medivacs earlier. Now I guess a couple of overlords may get picked. This medivac stops unloading marines. A little bit of a blunder for Violet here. Now GanZi has to retreat with this medivac.
And the medivac
both of them-
survived. Having
yeah.
how much hit points? How many hit points?
That's not too many hit points.
10?
Man. 10
10 hit points.
Nice.
Ooh, that was a very
A
lucky
very good
save.
save. Yeah.
It was lucky save. We're seeing Wolof, not very tough, but a Wolof indeed. And the third base, so GanZi is looking really strong right now, building his army.
And what I love about GanZi is how he always builds these walls, and it's not only on his natural, it's not only on his third, trying to do some kind of an awkward wall. He always builds walls where the line is between
But
him
it's
and the
too
opponent.
late.
And,
Zerlings are getting into the mineral line, getting at the SCVs, but there's lots of marines to stop them. But
And the SCVs are dying like crazy. 14 SCVs killed already. Siege tanks are trying to clear some of these.
but
Zerglings
I
away.
believe a siege tank fired a shot or two in the SCV line.
Yes, he did. Now we have GanZi unloading with a drop again, but that's not very fortunate. He doesn't have the opportunity to do a perfect drop right now, and he could have tried
But he
to go
trolled
for the
anyway.
Oh, well, he did go for another drop. Very nice from GanZi, but I kind of guess this will all get picked by Violet, but also Violet is kind of busy.
Oh,
No! Wow!
That was a very, very nice mine.
And he tries to change. Oh my goodness, so many Marines dying to Brood Banelings. Now we still have these Marines doing some damage, which is surprising. I didn't see this drop being alive for so long, but now these Marines are trying to position behind the minerals so they can withstand as long as possible. And GanZi is moving on the map, but with so many Marines lost, I don't really see him having much
he's
chances.
getting back. No, he's not. He's not decided yet. He's doing dance in the middle of the map, but he got really pulverized even before the actual fighting started.
Fancy word,
isn't it?
Oh, I
Cute,
now,
isn't it?
Siege tanks are surrounded by Zerglings, so everything will get picked up. And unfortunately for GanZi, this was a very bad engagement, very bad positioning. Marines are trying to come here and save a little bit of the army, but they are too late. So they only see the dead bodies of his colleagues.
No, this was not a very good tank positioning. Most of GanZi's army just got obliterated without much damage dealt to the enemy. He has sound economy, so he will survive this. But this is not the way you want to lead your army in the next encounters, isn't it?
The supply is equal. Both guys have pretty much the same level of supply, so they are doing extremely well. And GanZi, even though he has suffered from extreme losses, he is still being on top of his macro and producing, so he has still lots and lots of his army.
Yeah, and he's advancing towards the third expansion, I'm guessing. This is a very nice expand to troll with tanks. You just position them downwards and shell off.
And the positioning will be just perfect. If he manages to position his siege tanks here, they will be probably just invulnerable. Yeah, I know fancy words too. Yeah, I was a show off for a second.
Yeah, the tanks will shell away now on this expansion, not leaving anything behind. And if the Marines just block off this ramp right there, they will be really, really hard for Violet to stop this.
And Violet has trouble thinking, what should I do now? He waits with his army.
Nothing.
Yeah, he waits with his army here. He's trying to prepare for something, but I think he made a decision. He will let this expansion go. That's a very sad thing. And now the Zerglings are streaming in, so he in fact decided to try and defend by it. I think it's too late. Anyway, the Zerglings are picking up lots of stuff, but there are just so many siege tanks and so many Marines.
And an unfortunate positioning of those Zerglings. They were just fighting an upward battle. The ramp was really good. A really good stopper for the Zerg, and even though a lot of Marines died and a few tanks died, this was not enough to stop them. Mutalisk will be really good here, but we see Ultralisks.
Yeah, we have.
This is something that was long gone in the StarCraft 2 community, long gone, and it started to pop out recently. Did the patch do something for
No, in fact it didn't, but the Ultralisk are just getting more and more attention. I think it was a couple of months ago when the first use of Ultralisk was displayed, because before then everyone thought, okay, against Terran you need to go Broodlords, but then some...
Which was okay,
yeah, Broodlords are cool, but then some players have discovered, oh, Ultralisks are not that bad, and Terran, if he went tank heavy and Marines heavy, then he needs to switch his tech and go for Marauders if he wants to counter Ultralisks.
Marauders or Banshees, which are very good against Ultralisks. Yeah, but this is a very cheesy tech switch. Oh, a lot of Ultralisks storming the hill right now. Nothing will stand here, but that's okay because GanZi is striking from a totally different angle. This and even a little bit north, there's even a bigger army shelling away at...
And GanZi with multi-pronged attacks is just doing so much damage here. I don't know if Violet can control all of this, because Marines did get easier elevator here in the main base. The third base was left alone, but this position is heavily fortified by GanZi, and Ultralisks are not that fast much of a unit, so GanZi needs to retreat probably right now, but the Ultralisks are just doing
they are tough, but they are also expensive and they died off here. and I think it was a better payoff for GanZi than for Violet. Although he needed to stop this attack, he needed to stop the shelling of his base. The Ultralisks were very costly for this.
But he did manage to clear that with a lot, with just some Marines joining the battle. He managed to clear that Ultralisk. I don't really know how that happened, but Empire Violet is taking 2 expansions in a very ninja-like location, and he probably knows, okay, if he goes for an attack for me, he'll either go this way on the minimap or this way. He won't manage to take a look here, so probably getting an expansion here is a very safe place to go.
But drops is something that will go around there, but we didn't see a lot of drops, yeah. That was not my best part of...
Yeah. Ooh, and that drop full of Marines just got picked up, and the Marines are just still standing here. What can they do? Of course,
the Ultralists just run away. Oh, that's why they run away.
And a very nice catch by Violet, catching that Medivac with Fungal Growth, and another one. So GanZi is suffering heavy losses. Will that Medivac expect?
Come on! No.
Why?
Why did you leave it? Why did you leave it, GanZi? You really could have saved it. No, that was not good, but lots and lots of tanks and Marines are pushing downwards, and the army looks strong. I must say that GanZi is the Zerg in this game. He is rebuilding his army.
Very good scout by Violet. Yeah. He placed a Zergling here, so he knew what exactly is coming his way, and he'll be preparing. He places his units on the exact spot, which was a very bad place for his opponent to be. And now we have an engagement. The positioning isn't perfect for either of the players,
but perfect.
Fungal Growths catching Marines and siege tanks. Now the question is there enough of the Ultralisk? And it seems there is. There are enough Ultralisks to clear everything that was here.
That wasn't a wise decision to push, even though GanZi was scouted, because he saw he was scouted. He would have changed his approach. He did not do that. He forced his way in and got found without siege, basically.
And by the way, that's a very fancy way of finding out a ninja expansion with a sensor tower.
There's a ninja expansion right there.
A sensor tower sees the ninja expansion. That's something that's not really seen so often in StarCraft 2 matches now.
Does the other player see the tower range?
Yes,
he does.
He does.
So he knows. He knows. But another push with the same direction.
No, he knows. Anyway, just wanted to check. This Banshee has done some damage. He has 6 kills on his account.
He's a corporal right now.
Yeah, a corporal. But Violet, he doesn't pay enough attention to his base because he's too busy obliterating everything that can be found, that can be found in his opponent's base, and he's going for the kill right now. If he manages to clear everything that's here, he'll be in a great position. He couldn't be in a better spot, and the Ultralisks are just pouring into the Terran's base, but there are many siege tanks, so
there are many siege tanks, but I think there are too little to actually fight off this Ultralisk wave, and there's too little army of GanZi trying to kill off buildings here. Violet has lots of killing power here, and those Ultralisks will just munch down all the buildings. But the Marines at the bottom do not seem to be doing anything.
Oh, that's another Banshee.
That's not the corporal.
Yeah, no, that's not the corporal. Our favorite corporal. But this one Banshee has done a good job because all their Ultralisks couldn't just withstand all the fire constantly. They could withstand some fire, but not all of it. Now,
sneaky.
That's very sneaky. But do we have a turret here? No, we don't have any turret, and Violet will be exploiting that fact. Now we have a drop. No, we have SCVs coming. And wow, some of SCVs will die. Not a very smart thing
That's not the smart way to kill a hatchery, but actually he did it. That's the first time I see SCVs hunting down an expansion.
And many infested terrors and a beautiful fungal on all of these workers. So many workers killed in a single blow. And that was just a very bad thing for GanZi.
And they managed to escape. They managed to escape. There's no sensor, nothing that could spot those infestors. Again, we see a match where infestors get uncontested, basically, just crawl away on the ground.
Yeah, because you start to worry, oh, infested Terrans, I need to deal with infested Terrans, and then it gives time for infestors to escape. Now, we saw GanZi doing a double drop at the bottom of the map, but that drop is now coming back to the base, knowing that it cannot deal any more damage, and Violet is perfectly prepared, and I'm still surprised that GanZi is clinging to his life like a crazy.
He survived. He really survived. He cleared out one expansion with his SCVs, but he doesn't seem to be caring much about the second expansion, which he saw via his sentry tower.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, and it died. The sentry tower died.
Oh, both of the center tower died.
He knows this stuff here.
And Violet still no. That's a badass expansion. I tell you guys, this expansion has been here for a very long time.
And it starts building drones. Ooh, we see Infestus again. This is the same move.
No, you know what he can do? He can put infested terrans inside Marines, and then it will get picked up by siege tanks. So siege tanks will be killing their own. No, but there's a turret being built here. So I wonder what does Violet want to go for. If that turret finishes, that will be bad. And Ascan will go. No, but the engagement is upon us. On the other hand, we have no expansion just going downhill, and Violet still trying to push with his ultralisks, but there are
not enough of them. Siege tanks and Marines seem to get through the ultralisk line. The ultralisk are running away right now, which isn't the direction you want to put your ultralisk through. Anyway, the Marines are chasing them, which is a very funny and odd way to kill out ultralisks.
And they are heavily damaged, so they are ultralisks, they do nice area of effect damage, but being that much damage doesn't leave them with too much to live, and they will probably get instantly picked up by all of this army. They will do some damage, nice baning hits, but other than that, only some of the ultralisks survive. And this base by Violet still mining. Why? Why does he do that? Does he hate his opponent? Does he want to show something? Prove something?
But as you can see, the command center just went to the southern base, and he's doing the same ballsy thing. I mean, I'll show you a ninja. I'll ninja expand your ninja expansion.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
This game is getting older and older around the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And now we have
finally.
GanZi. Yeah, he will
finally the ninja expansion will be unninja'd.
But then Zerglings are doing a run by so many things happening in this single match. I couldn't believe it. Now these Zerglings, my goodness, my pronunciation is just bad. Will pick up lots of things and will go into the base and try to snipe the armory with free upgrades on Zerglings. It's very possible the armory will get sniped out.
Hey, there's an armory attack. Do something about it.
Wow!
Why would you do that?
That was a big blunder for GanZi. He has lost free weapon upgrade for his tanks, which is critical at this point of the game because all the Zergs are upgraded +3.
Yeah, and we see a very nicely mining expansion with no SCV because this wasn't the strategy we like to do.
No. And this Marines is just another badass. I think this is Conan. I have survived 1,000 battles. Why wouldn't I survive defending this expansion with having just 15? With having just 15 hit points.
Yeah, he's a recruit with 15 hit points.
Yeah, no one told him that's impossible. That's why he tries to do it.
Oh, I see. But we're seeing Terran defending more than attacking, and he should be pushing. He pushed out all those ultralisks, and they are very expensive. We've seen that on and on in the past few weeks, that ultralisks are cool, but you need to finish with them. Yeah, because rebuilding ultralisk army is very expensive.
You can have 6-7 bases mining, but you won't get enough minerals to continue the production of ultralisks. When you go for ultralisks, you need to do some damage with them. If you just lose them, it's not like Zerglings, it's not like Banelings, but it's not even like Broodlords. You can well, I wouldn't say easily, but you can reproduce Broodlords. You can.
It takes more time than actually
you
resources.
can do it, but with ultralisks, it's just not possible. Especially with infestors being a huge part of the army, and they are all gas-heavy units, so you need to do something with them.
We see another expansion flying down from GanZi, like to the southern position right now.
That's a very smart.
Yeah,
choice.
that's a smart move. He's conserving his resources. He's expanding. That's very nice. And we don't see any real movement of Violet. He's just reacting to the drops and reacting with his full army, which isn't a good idea ever. Basically, this one bailing did the difference.
Yeah. Now this line of siege tanks is pretty crazy. But if Violet manages to perfectly time his attacks from two sides at the same time, then he will be in a very good spot. This is a very difficult line to break, but it's not impossible. Now the question is...
We see GanZi pushing through his favorite way.
And
he
there are
actually
banings here. Will they explode in the Marines? No, they go unnoticed. And oh!
Half of the Marine army just got evaporated. That was really, really strange. But he should have seen it. There's no detection by GanZi. It's such a late moment in the game. He should have had some kind of
And he
detection.
goes straight into his opponent's base. He is hoping for a base exchange, but that will probably not be a good scenario for him. There are lots of Marines at the top of the hill, and basically all the Ultralisks here need to get inside the choke, but they manage to push through. So right now Violet is in his opponent's base, and of course GanZi is also doing a lot of damage, but he will pick up an expansion that's not really worth anything at this point in time.
Actually, it's not worth, but the whole mining process of GanZi has far moved away from the main base. So killing the main base is more of a technological hit than an economical hit, and there's a moment for GanZi to actually do some economical damage. He could do that.
Ooh, a nice save of the infestors. Now that's a very good control from Violet.
Ooh,
we
tons
see
of
these players
tanks
surprising us constantly. Now these many tanks, I guess Ultralisks won't be a challenge for them, but then he will probably lose a lot of buildings because Ultralisks deal bonus damage to buildings.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
I haven't known that.
At least they did at some point in time. Well, Burrowed not so much, but
that was a very neat Ultra's execution, but I'm not sure that Violet actually can get out of this right now. He doesn't have a lot of mining bases. Does he has even one in the furthest right corner?
Well, he has this
No,
one, but
bottom.
No,
This
on
is
the bottom.
left. Right is on the opposite of left. Yes!
Ah, this right.
Yes, this right. There's no mining bases. Maybe this base is mining actually something?
No, there's
There's only one base mining for Violet.
Just a little bit.
Mining a little
Now
bit.
he needs to
Tiny
take an
wee bit.
expansion here, and he has troubles with getting minerals. He has just very scarce resources right now, and GanZi is mining like crazy. He's using all of his mules, which we saw, and he has a huge stream of resources incoming, so he'll be able to pump Marines like crazy. Now we constantly see the Zerglings trying to snipe at least something.
No, this building,
They should
there
have
was
gone for
really
this
there was
one,
starport which could have been killed or at least damaged further. But this is a very strong position for GanZi. He has working bases that actually mine something. He has a pretty good army. He withstood like half an hour of bombardment from Zerg Ultralisks. I'd say that's the plus.
Yeah, this game is crazy. This game does everything. I mean, what we haven't seen in this game, I think only
Nidus
Broodlords.
But we've seen
Broodlords and Nidus.
Yeah, we've seen Nidus
in the
channel
previous one.
already today. Yeah, that's not the bummer. But there are lots of stuff, and I'm not sure GanZi doesn't know that he is in such a big advantage.
Yeah.
He could finish this game right now without
a
any
very
question.
nice save of the Queen.
Yep.
This one had like 10 hit points, and another one came and saved it by using the heal. Yeah, no, it's not inject. It's transfusion. Yeah, transfusion. Yeah, transfusion.
Fusion. Like a fusion core.
Yeah.
Fusion core.
And when Violet is going for the kill, but I don't think he has enough units, but I'll be able to be surprised if he does. So he goes for Marines, he goes for the siege tanks, and he managed to clear all this line, probably mostly because these siege tanks got repositioned. That was a very good timing window where Violet could have sniped these.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll do enough damage to actually stop GanZi. He'll only slow him. Why would you do that? No, just wasted all those bailing. Two more bailings buried. This is something that GanZi does not know how to fix.
But Violet has 70 supply against 142, 32. That's
42.
42.
42.
Yeah.
42.
I predict the future. Now he had a very good chance of blowing this up, but he did not. Now,
no. Yes! At least some damage there. Very, very nicely done with those Marines, but this is not enough. This is not enough, and Empire Violet knows that he is really in the bucket right now. He'll die.
GanZi, these medivacs are like, I could use some repairs, mate. No, sorry, no repairs. We don't have resources for repairs. Fight! Yeah, but there are so many guys in the storage here. No, you need to go and snipe things. So one shot from this, and these are down. But no, the Marines get unloaded, but there are still so many Zerglings. When did he get so many Zerglings
see that
back?
Both medivacs run away with no, save them,
Oh,
save the
one
medivac.
of
He
them.
saved the medivac with 12 HP now.
You know
This
what
is
would
the
be
master
epic?
saver.
This medivac going, and then one Mutalisk come away and
Oh yeah.
snipes it down. Now what we have here, GanZi tries to shut down this expansion from Violet, but Violet manages to get it running, so that's good. But he doesn't have enough things to snipe these Banshees, and
No
without,
things to snipe these Banshees. Actually,
yeah, he
this
needs at least 3 queens to do that. And we have GG Violet
the Banshees,
pushed against
which
the
of,
wall.
I have spoken earlier, did the game. Won
Yeah.
the game for
And
GanZi.
he was just pushed against the wall. He couldn't do much. He was able to. He would probably be able to defend this one push again, but he knew he's in such a bad spot right now.
There was
he
nothing
doesn't
for
have
him
a
there,
comeback.
was it? No bases, no economy, no nothing.
And the opponent was just macroing like crazy. Okej, to był nasz trzeci mecz dzisiaj. Jak nam poszło, drodzy
Jezu,
widzowie?
ale to męczy bardziej niż ten normalne gadanie.
Prawda?
Mhm.
Raz próbowałem i było ciężko.
Myślę, że się rozkręciliśmy.
Myślę, że się
Bardzo mocno.
w tym meczu tak.
Mhm,
Było
dużo
super.
emocji było. Przez to może trochę mniej błędów było słychać. Chociaż się pojawiały, to było mniej słychać. Mam takie wrażenie.
Coraz lepiej, chłopaki, jeszcze jakiś tekstu w stylu oh my god.
Oh my god!
Możemy mówić oh my god, przecież to jest utarty tekst. Może faktycznie weźmiemy słownik.
Allah damn it.
W trakcie akcji ty będziesz komentował trochę, zaczniesz, ja w tym czasie otworzę słownik. Haha! So unfortunate! Dobra, tego komentarza nie skomentujemy.
No a thing, to też mamy czasami, ale to jest normalne chyba dla wszystkich obcokrajowców, że
No,
thingi w ogóle zaimki wlatują, prawda?
Tak, tak.
Dlatego, że nie,
Nie powiedzieliśmy o upgrade'ach, póki nie padło Armory, to prawda. Musimy też kontrolować to, jak gra się toczy, bo tutaj mamy wiele wyzwań. Po polsku już sobie gadamy i jesteśmy w stanie ogarniać każdy aspekt gry. Pamiętasz, jak komentowaliśmy na początku? Mieliśmy problem z ogarnięciem komentarza i jeszcze z ogarnięciem tego, co się dzieje i z ogarnięciem tego, co się w ogóle w grze dzieje, w metagrze, a co dopiero akcjach. Teraz jakby część rzeczy mamy, ale przez to, że komentujemy po angielsku i mocno się skupiamy na tym, żeby podtrzymywać te emocje i pompę i wszystko.
I jednocześnie nie wieśniaczyć za bardzo.
I tak, i nie wieśniaczyć za bardzo, to nagle okazuje się, że mamy problemy z ogarnięciem upgrade'ów, co normalnie nie jest aż tak trudne.
Ale też dużo się działo na tej mapie, bo wyzywając...
So many damage. Ja tego nigdy nie obejrzę, facet, ja to wrzucę na YouTube'a i zapomnę o tym, po prostu krzyż na drogę i spadamy.
Special Tactics. Brakuje, żeby Special Tactics było. No, myślę, że coraz lepiej, chociaż musimy, no jest to bardzo męczące. Ja nie wiem, ile na tym EPS-ie mam tych meczy streamować, ale po angielsku jest męczące.
No jest...
I nie chciałbym, żebyśmy byli zrzuceni stricte do angielskiego streamu, bo to będzie ciężkie.
No to się wymienimy z chłopakami bez przesady tam.
Znaczy myślę, że tak, tylko ja nie wiem, czy to oficjalna masz,
A tam
masz
też
newsa,
będą
że-
przerwy. Znaczy takiego dostałem newsa od Viba. No wiesz, na początku pewnie będzie tam mało widzów, to sobie się rozgrzejemy, potem największe
Hello,
mecze to
hello.
przez-
This is the first StarCraft match in this tournament.
No.
You see pairings.
Nie, damy radę, kawę se chlaśniemy, ale prawda, my skomentowaliśmy 3 mecze?
No tam będzie tego z 8 pewnie, nie?
No będzie więcej, będzie zdecydowanie
8?
więcej, będzie cały dzień.
God damn it. Allah damn it.
Będzie ciężko. Dawajcie komentarz, bo dopiero odpaliłem. Okej, zaraz idziemy.
Ja najpierw pójdę na techniczną przerwę.
Dobra.
Ale naprawdę, jeśli to ma być cały dzień po angielsku, to kurde.
No. Powiem Ci, że komentowałem kiedyś Best of 7 przez 3 godziny pod rząd po angielsku. Pod koniec już nie wiedziałem, jak się mówi hello. Bo tak w ogóle przepalone te ścieżki od używania. Ale spoko. Porządna połówka na rozluźnienie też starczy. Co mam na nadgarstkach i po co? Ty idź na przerwę techniczną, ja sobie pogadam z widzami. Co mam na nadgarstkach i po co? To są opaski na nadgarstki, ponieważ ostatnio miałem problem... Nieważne.
Szczególnie jak świecisz w słońcu.
Idź już.
Glitter in the light.
Ostatnio miałem problem z nadgarstkami od grania w Diablo, szczerze mówiąc. I siedzę w pracy, siedzę przy klawiaturze, wracam do domu, siedzę przy klawiaturze. Normalnie to tam jeszcze jakieś figurki malowałem, coś tak troszkę luźniej było na tych nadgarstkach, natomiast takie kilkanaście nocek pod rząd zarwanych przy Diablo, potem praca i znowu Diablo i praca i Diablo i tak w kółko. Skończyło się tym, że mnie załapałem małą kontuzję nadgarstków, więc kupiłem sobie takie coś i powiem wam, że działa cuda. Jeśli macie problem z bolącym nadgarstkiem, takie opaski są genialne. Jakakolwiek opaska, to nie musi być coś, co sprawi, że wasza ręka będzie nieruchoma. Nie, wystarczy, że będzie ucisk. Wtedy wasze mięśnie będą się układać w bardziej naturalnej pozycji. Stawy tak samo. Co tu jeszcze mamy? Dobra, pytania na temat figurek. Zaraz do was wrócę z figurkami. Natomiast dla youtuberów pozdrawiamy, zostawcie komentarze, wrzucimy to dzisiaj na YouTube'a, mam nadzieję. Zostawcie komentarze pod spodem, ponieważ chcielibyśmy wiedzieć, jak nam idzie, po prostu. Chcielibyśmy wiedzieć, chcielibyśmy stać się lepsi w angielskim, więc piszcie, bo mamy do niedzieli czas, żeby się nauczyć. Oczywiście to jest ostatnia sesja treningowa przed niedzielą, prawda, Czarku? Tak, prawda, Czarku. Natomiast będziemy mieli szansę przynajmniej poczytać wasze komentarze, może coś użytecznego tam się zjawi, takiego, co nam nie przyszło do głowy, byłoby super. Ok, to youtuberów pozdrawiamy, znikamy i zaraz do was wracamy.